Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching today's video. In today's video, I am going to show you how I created this eye look. I don't really know how to call it, but I'm actually playing with a Fenty Beauty palette, and this is the first time ever trying anything of Fenty Beauty, their eyeshadow. So I just wanted to make sure that I used all the shades that come in the palette that I'm gonna use. Now before I go in with any eyeshadow, I'm actually first going to show you how I prep my skin. I'm going to use this mask from the brand Mud Masky. I will put the name in the description bar. I'm struggling with hormonal acne ever since I stopped taking birth control. So I started actually using a special cream which helps with that, but it dries out my skin like crazy. So what I have been doing the last couple of weeks, I use this mask after showering before I go to sleep, and I actually apply quite a thick layer of it, and then when I wake up in the morning, I wake up with more of a hydrated skin. It doesn't feel as dry as it normally does, and it's also really nice for if you have a special day when you want to make sure that your makeup is flawless. Use a mask the night before and your skin is looking so much better. So now let's get into the eyeshadow. I'm going to use this MAC Cosmetics paint pot in the color Soft Ochre, and I'm going to use this for my eyelids to prime like I always do. This will remove the redness from the eyelid, and it's also going to make sure that my eyeshadow is going to stay flawless all day, which of course we want our eyeshadow to stay flawless all day. So I'm using a P84 brush from Sigma Beauty. I have a special discount code for all Sigma Beauty brushes or any other products on their website. And also my brush kit that I created together with Sigma is also back in stock. So this is the palette I'm gonna use, and this is actually a Fenty palette from their holiday collection. But like always, I'm gonna put all the products I'm using today in the description bar, and I'm gonna start with this matte brownie shade. It's kind of like a brown with kind of like a reddish undertone. It's kind of like a unique kind of color. I don't really know how you call a shade like that. Definitely let me know. I wanted to do something different today. I didn't want it to go for the typical starting with blending in my crease kind of eye look. I wanted to do something else. So I started with a tiny blending brush, blending from the outer part of the eyeliner, not the eyeliner, the outer part of my lash line towards the outer part of my brow to kind of create like a smudgy line. And then after that, I'm going to create a line in my crease area as well. And this is going to create kind of like a V shape at the outer end. To be honest, when I created this eye look, I had no idea what I was doing. Like, I wanted to do this shape. I wanted to use all the colors in the palette, but I had no idea what I was doing. So at this point, it doesn't really look good, but I made sure that the end result is gonna look nice. Sometimes it's actually cool to kind of like experiment with makeup, and you will kind of create totally different eye looks than you would have imagined to do or what you ever did before. So that's actually really nice. So I went in with a tinier brush to make that line a little bit more precise. And then I went in with a yellow color, blending it kind of above the crease to make sure that everything looks a little bit more blended out. When I look at the eye look right now, I feel like it's actually looking kind of messy, but no worries. At the end, like I said before, everything is gonna look so much better. So I just continued to blend until I was satisfied, and then I went in with the golden color. I started with this MAC 242 brush, but I don't even know why I continue to use brushes whenever I use a shimmery color for the eyelid, because I always end up using my finger because using your finger is gonna give so much more color payoff. So I don't even know why I still keep using a brush for this step. But yeah, I always end up using my finger. Let me know in the comments what you do. Do you use your finger or do you use a brush? I'm really curious to know. So now I went in with a little bit of gel eyeliner, and I used a E75 brush from Sigma Beauty, and I'm gonna create a simple line above the lash line. This is actually gonna be a base for the eyeshadows that I'm gonna apply on top of it. I wanted to use colors from the palette to smudge it out. So it's not really important that you do it really like precise. As long as you have some darkness above the lash line going on, then you're actually good. So I use a E75 brush. This brush is included in the brush kit that I created together with Sigma, together with the P84, which I used all the way at the beginning. So my brush kit is now back in stock, which is so cool. Like, so many of you guys have purchased my brush kit, which I am forever grateful for. And just the idea that you guys can follow along with my videos using the same brushes is just so cool. So now I'm going in with the color which we used earlier in the crease, and I'm using a really tiny brush, smudging this right on top of the eyeliner that I just applied. So it's still kind of going to remain the darkness, but it's not gonna look as just your simple typical eyeliner line. It's gonna look more smudged, which I really love, and I think it actually suits really well with the eye look that I created today, because like the crease is a little bit smudgy, the outer end of the eyelid, so the eyeliner is now also kind of smudgy, which I think everything just looks really good together. Now going on top of it with the purple color, because I still had in mind that I wanted to use all the colors that come in the palette, so I had to come up with something to make that happen. So I felt like, let me just apply a little bit of that purple on top of the eyeliner, and then I will use that reddish coppery shade underneath the lower lash line. So this way I have tried all the shades in the palette. So now I went in with a little bit of concealer underneath the outer part of the eyelid, just to make everything look a little bit more neat, because I felt like it wasn't looking the way I wanted it to be. And therefore concealer is your best friend, because it's always gonna fix your mistakes and it's gonna make everything look more smooth. So now I went back in with that brownie shade, and using a Sigma Beauty flat definer brush, also comes in the brush kit that I have created with Sigma, and I'm using this for underneath the lower lash line. So just sweeping my brush back and forth and kind of like pressing the eyeshadow right underneath the lower lash line. Then now on top of that, I'm going in with that reddish shade and using a really tiny brush again and applying this on top of where I just applied the brown shade. Just going back and forth with my brush, not being like really precise, just making sure that the eyeshadow is there and that you can see it. Now last but not least, taking this light color, which I haven't used yet, so I decided to use that for in the inner corner of the eye. It's actually kind of like a really light shade with kind of like a purple undertone. I think it's actually so pretty. Would also be really beautiful for the eyelid. You can use it for everywhere on the eyes whenever you want to use a light color. It's a matte shade, but I think it's actually really cool. Like normally I will go in with a shimmery color in the inner corner of the eye, but I think the matte shade actually gives a really cool effect. Now for the waterline, I'm going to use this cream gel eyeliner from Colourpop in a super pretty brown color. And this was, like I said earlier in the video, the first time trying out Fenty Beauty eyeshadow. Let me know if there's any other palette that you guys want me to purchase, so maybe I can do a video with it. Definitely let me know. And now it's time to curl the lashes, because it's already almost the end of the tutorial, and I'm gonna use this mascara, which is also by Fenty Beauty. I actually have the mini size. I received some PR from Fenty and this mascara was included, so I wanted to use it in honor of this makeup tutorial, since I'm playing with this Fenty Beauty eyeshadow as well. So I used it for the upper lashes and of course also for the lower lashes. However, like always, I am going in with some fake lashes, so I will show you the before and after. Here you can see the before with only mascara on, and then here you can see the after with some lashes applied. So this is also the end of the video. Let me know if you like it. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. This is really helpful for my YouTube channel. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you aren't already. And yeah, I just really hope you all enjoyed. One more time, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys!